Schreiber.
Hey, we're live! This is a topic that I think a lot of people either avoid discussing or just don't do, and I feel like if I can just help one person, then I've done my job. I graduated a year early, my junior year of Wisconsin, and you know what they say, you go into college and everyone's like, this should be the best 4 years of your life. You should never graduate early, people who do that are losers, and da-da-da-da-da. So like everyone else, I joined a sorority, I started a radio show, I got into DJing in college, and everyone thought I was living the life, and I was. I totally was. I had a cute boyfriend, I was in a great sorority, I was social chair. What could go wrong? I felt like I should have been doing more with my time. I felt like my classes weren't filling my soul and had a lot of work experience, and I felt like I was going backwards in a lot of my classes. I felt like I was learning the things that I already was doing. I wasn't going to drop out, so the only other option was to graduate early. So I became a total nerd, stacked up 27 credits on semesters, and I also had AP, so they transferred over to Wisconsin. So I called my mom sophomore year and I said to her, listen, I don't think I'm going to be here for 4 years. And she said, Liv, what are you talking about? You're friends with everyone, like, what's the deal? And I said, Mom, like, I'm happy, everything is fine, but I wanna make something of myself, and I don't know if staying here is what's right for me. And she said, okay, well, get it together and have all your credits lined up, so in case you don't want to come back at the end of junior year, you're able to go straight to New York City. There's so much time in college, so I feel like it wasn't even so hard for me to be taking 6-7 classes while also going out all the time. I know it sounds crazy, but it totally worked and it wasn't a big deal. I also didn't want to make anyone else feel as though their college paths and their experiences were wrong and I was right. So I didn't tell anyone that I wanted to graduate early. So the key to graduating early is keeping your mouth shut. Sophomore year ended and I decided to go abroad to Australia my junior year. And right before I left, I spoke with my college advisor to make sure that if I didn't want to go back to Madison after going to Sydney, Australia, that I didn't have to go back. And if I did want to go back to Madison, that I could just do internships and work for my senior year and take kind of dumb classes just so that I could stay there with my friends. So I went abroad to Australia and I decided the second I got there that there was no going back to Madison. I didn't want to go back to a small college town with a ton of American kids. I was in the midst of this incredible international experience. There was the beach, the sun, I was interning, it was incredible. So it really felt like I was on vacation because I went to school for 2 days a week, crammed everything in, did work on one day, and then I had the rest to explore. The end of my time came and I decided that I wasn't going to go back to Madison, and I had to figure out how I was going to make a life for myself in New York City. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I came from working in the fashion industry and internships and experience, but I wanted to do something different. So I decided, why not get into real estate? Everyone went back to college for their senior year and I didn't. And it felt really strange, and I didn't even tell people I wasn't going back, which is the craziest part of it all. So people were like, where's Liv? And no one knew except for my close friends and best friends who I told. And I was sobbing, I was sad. It was a really hard decision and I felt very lonely in the beginning. But if I could just come on and say one thing, which is graduating early gives you a bonus year to explore and figure out what you want to do. And I called it my bonus year. I did not like my job in real estate, but I knew that I had a year to figure it out before everyone else came into New York City to work. Graduating early was the best decision of my entire life. I really felt uncomfortable for the first time in my life. Nothing was mapped out for me, and I would highly recommend it because at the end of the day, senior year, second semester, people get tired of being at college, and it's very stressful being in a big group of kids all waiting to hear about jobs and where you're going to go next, and people get tired of each other. So I really feel like I had the best college experience. And yes, I did miss out on a few different senior year things, but at the end of the day, I learned and grew so much in that year that I really feel as though it's what put me ahead of the curve. Life experience is equivalent, if not more important than sitting in a classroom. So to anyone thinking about graduating a year early, this one's for you. Do it. You can always DM me at Liv Schreiber on Instagram for any other tips or tricks or help, because I'm always here. Mwah.